Now, you all know this would go a lot better if you all would respond to each other, okay? All right. You all have got to get over your fears of speaking in this type of environment, okay? You all got to get over your fears of leading discussions. You got to participate, because I'm gonna tune out. So you all can sit there in silence, or you all can talk amongst each other and, you know, take hold of this thing and make this your own thing for this Monday night, okay? Because this is something you all got to get over. I'm throwing you all in the deep end and trying to see if you all are gonna swim. So this is the last thing I'm gonna say. So I will either sink or swim tonight. All right. So if someone wants to, you know, take the lead and take control of the discussion, that's fine. If all of y'all want to have your input, that would be, you know, more preferable. But, you know, hey, you know, this is something you gotta do. This is something you gotta do. I mean, because you gotta talk to carriers, you gotta talk to shippers, you gotta talk to brokers. This is something you all have got to learn to do, okay? And it's best you all learn it here amongst each other, then you get out there and try to do it and just freeze up or make a collapse. All right, so there you all go. I'm out. Y'all got it. Bye.
Well, my name is Teresa, and I am a new member. And since I've started, I have watched a boatload of videos as well. I actually, before I even took the course, I had started looking at a lot of the videos already, and the route that I took, you know, finding out now that I should have probably taken another route. I came in to do freight brokering first, and it has been a difficult road. Lost my screen here. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, I hear you, Teresa.
Okay. Yes.
I don't know what happened to my screen, but at any rate, it's been kind of difficult because, you know, with freight brokering, you'd have to pretty much build you a shippers list, you know, getting to call shippers. And you hear some people say, oh, you know, it's no problem, you know, just get on the phone and start calling. Well, for some people, you know, I guess it, you know, works. And for me, I guess I'm that 1%, you know, that I haven't had fortune with it. And I hear Mr. Calvin say on a lot of his videos, you know, look, you know, shippers ain't gonna want to fool with you, you know, and for me, I feel that, I understand that, because I have been frustrated for some weeks now because the route that I've taken, you know, I spent a lot of money and I didn't get the training that I needed, and I was just let loose, which you hear a lot of. So this is my second stop. You know, this is my second go round, and gonna deal with the dispatching part of it. But because we're in what we're in, you know, filing a DBA, have not been successful with that. So, you know, everything's closed and they tell you, well, you know, mail it in with your payment. And if you get it notarized, then, you know, when we open back up, you know, you'll be like the first ones, the people who's gotten them notarized will be like the first ones to have the paperwork, you know, taken care of. So that has been my journey. And I'm eager to start. I'm not unfamiliar with the business because I have taken a course already. And so this is my second go around. So this particular one, this course here, I think I have learned a lot more versus just given a book and say, read it, and then, you take some tests. This is getting input from other people and their experiences, what they have went through, processes that they've taken. They're willing to share it. It's not, well, it's in the book. Go look in the book, Yes, you can look in the book, but for me, when you say look in the book and I go look in the book and it's not in there, that's why I asked the question at first. Even in this one, we have tons of videos. Mr. Calvin may say, you're calling me, but it was on video number 2. Did you look at video number 2? I won't get offended by that, because if you didn't watch the video, you're crazy. To even call to ask the question about something that you should have watched before you called them. Then that way you can say, well, I did watch it, but maybe you say in this time, I didn't understand what you meant when you said go and click here, copy it and paste it and whatever. I did have a problem with the straight 8, but I did text through the chat with Mr. Calvin, and he gave me Khalid's email link to get in touch with him or whatever, the chat link. And he responded quickly and he took care of it. I actually was a dummy on that part, because I think I've done mine twice with the fee. So I think he fixed it. I'm not sure. But I had to sit here and get rid of my, because I'm so frustrated from taking the first course. I think I got like a block going on right now. So it's like, it's taking me a little longer to understand things when I was so eager the first time around. Now it's like I'm kicking myself in the butt, because it's something that is so easy. I'm making it hard because I'm not breathing. You got to breathe, you got to think. I can do this if I did it the first time. But then you got frustration because you're like, man, I spent all this money. Now I got to do it again. And you got to get over that hump. So I'm here now, and hopefully all this stuff goes through, pass over. I can get busy and get to work, because I don't have a way to get to the courts and whatever and file anything. So I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm stuck. So that's my story. Thanks for listening.
Hello, my name is Beauty. Thanks, Teresa, for sharing. I'm in the same situation. This is all new for me. But I like the way we can look at videos and educate ourselves. And like you said, you're not, reading a book and taking a test. We can communicate with each other. So I think that's a blessing to be able to do that. We have so far like 5 trucks and 2 carriers. So this week, so I'm happy about that. It's a learning process, but I would like to encourage everyone, just keep pushing. We have the tools, we have the resources.
So, BB, can I ask, is that your name, BB?
Beauty.
Are you a dispatcher
Beauty, like
or a
beauty
broker?
salon. Dispatcher.
Oh, okay.
My husband is a broker.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, so he wanted me to take this course so I could learn the business also, and just try to be a help to him, because I didn't know nothing about truck driving and none of that stuff.
Right.
So
I think it's awesome that we have, you can have a double team like that. That's what me and my husband's plan was. But again, because he's still working. He's still working. He drives bobtails for a company, a very large company, Stericycle, who also owns Shredded. So, I mean, his hours has been cut, but he was like, we're gonna have to make some changes. And then when we went to this craziness, he was like, oh my God. He's like, you're not even started yet. We're gonna be looking crazy in a minute. So I took the freight broker and he did the dispatching, and it's like, we got to change positions. So that's where we are now. He's working. I'm here at home, and it is a challenge, and I am going to hang in there, because you also, when you start a business or when you start anything, if you don't have a goal and a purpose behind it, you're gonna be stuck, because then you just it's kind of like that scripture. I know this ain't got nothing to do with it. How I say we be striving after the wind. It's kind of like that. You don't have a purpose. I have a purpose, and us finally getting to think about something that I could do, because I've been a domestic engineer for 10 plus years. So I've been here at home, but if you don't have a goal, then you're in the wrong place with whatever it is that you're doing. You're in the wrong place, because you're not going to have that kick that's going to always kick you. When you say, what, I'm tired, I don't want to do this no more. You got to have a goal. My goal is to bring my husband home, because he's been working for 14 years from the very day I got sick. So yeah, we got to have a goal in this business or anything that we're trying to accomplish and build up.
How do I turn the mic on?
Right.
Okay, I can hear you now. You're on there, so listen to me. Don't talk.
I kind of think also that if you don't have anyone to communicate with, just listening to the videos, for me, it really doesn't get it, because after I listen to a video, I'll be having a ton of questions, but I really don't have anyone to communicate with, So
Well, according to this, you do. According to this, the way this is set up, you do.
Right, I understand, but that's through the chat group. You know what I mean? I'm more of a somebody that got to talk to me in my ear.
And I understand, because I used to be the same way. I have not had a lot of interactions with people, because I also like to learn, on hands too. It's like, show me, or I'm thinking that I'm not going to get it. Well, in the way that things are set up now, you got to move with how technology or how the world is. And if you it's kind of like, if you don't learn that way, then you're going to always stay in that same frame of mind that you don't learn that way. I don't learn that way.
Right.
I can't learn by watching these videos. I want to talk to somebody. I'm stuck sometime. And it takes me a minute to get through things when I sit behind this computer, and I'm like, well, man, where'd I go? Because I'm not technical in that issue with computers all the time. And I get frustrated, but when I do, I take a break. So don't say, if I may say it like that, don't take me in an offensive way, but don't say to yourself, I'm watching all these videos and I got a lot of questions. Well, what you do is I hear everybody say, write those questions down on paper. And when that time come, I'm not familiar with the schedule. I think it's Wednesdays. I don't know.
Yeah,
Question and answer, write them down. And then when we have question and answer night, you can get those, those questions answered. And then you'll feel more better, and you can move on. That's what I do. I write down stuff, because my mind I can't remember things all the time. So yeah, I do. I watch videos like you, and I'll start scribbling stuff, because I'll probably forget whatever it was that somebody said, and I want to answer, I want that question answered as well. I've also been having a little trouble with my documents, because maybe my computer is probably outdated, which I doubt it, because I just had it upgraded to the 10, and he was supposed to do all that. But like, one of my documents go where it's supposed to go, and the other one is like, where'd it go? It's like, I don't know, but I'm figuring all that out. But when you watch the videos, just write it down. And even now, if you got questions, if there's somebody on here that's not new like us, they could answer it for you. I don't know. What part of the videos are you on now? What's your name, Michael? Did he get off? I guess he got off.
Yes. Give me a second here. I got to take my juice. I'm diabetic, just like Calvin. Give me about 2 minutes here.
Okay, no problem. Beauty, you've watched a ton of videos as well? I guess everybody's gone, huh?
Yes, Teresa, I have. I'm sorry, excuse me, I had to get some water.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I've watched the videos, and like I said, questions, I usually, if I can't communicate and get answers from my husband, that's what I do. I'll jot it down, and when Wednesdays come, for question and answers, if I still, not clear on it or don't understand, that's what I do. I have that chance to ask Calvin or whoever's hosting that day or that night.
Okay. So everything seems to be moving kind of right along with you, or are you having any hit the wall issues?
So far, everything is going good now that I'm actually using the script that Calvin told us to use in the first place. Because I'll be honest, at first I was not doing that, and that emailing stuff don't work. I mean, you have to get on the phones and call and talk to, the carriers and stuff like that. So now that I'm, actually applying what I should have been applying in the first place, which is sticking to the script, and doing it the correct way, I'm having more success now, Teresa.
Okay, great.
Well, I wanted to jump in also. My name is Eric. I just joined it was about a week or so ago. And I've been learning a lot and gone through the videos, getting some things in order as far as getting my the Square set up and getting the documents set up so they could so I could use DocuSign or something like that, creating a business email. So I've been doing a lot of the logistics so that it could be professional, and I can go from there. I heard about this. I was in Oregon. I live in California, actually. I've got a brother in Georgia. He drives trucks out of Hiram, Georgia, and goes all over the South and East Coast. And he's done that 18 years. But I've been in other things. I was in the Marines and came to the West Coast. But I was in Oregon. I met my wife in Oregon, and there's a lot of the trucking industry is big up there. And I had a pastor friend that started a freight brokering and dispatch business. And they're hiring the church members, and they're all doing good. They all seem to have a lot of time and had a lot of money. So I was kind of like, I want to figure out what in the world they're doing, because I was working in the car industry and working in sales. I was doing all kind of other stuff that took from morning to night. And I was hustling, in the sales and kind of like home alarm systems, things like that. But they seem to have their weekends off, and they would work from like 5 to 2 so they can get the East Coast hours. And so I figured, when I get a chance, I'm gonna figure this thing out. And so, a year ago I came to California, but I found another online training, but it was more the business setup. And I had looked at this one a little bit, but then the moving and I had so much going on, I didn't really get into it. But now with the whole Corona drama, I'm like, actually, I've got time. I'm gonna put the time in and learn it. And I told my wife, I'm not working for anybody else. I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna do it from right here. So this is it. We're not. The key to I've learned. I've been around a lot of businesses, a lot of business owners, and there's some that's never worked for anybody. Mm-hmm. And their whole idea has been, just continue whatever you're doing, you're going to get better and better the longer you're at it, as long as you don't quit. And so I had businesses years and years ago, but through just disappointment and stuff, I ended up working for people, and you get the same cycle. But right. So I'm excited. I haven't really stepped into it. I've been doing leg work right now. But I know that once I'm in it, I'm in it. We're going to be grinding. I understand you have to make a few calls. You've got to be the salesmanship part. Listen to that from Calvin a lot. That's the key. Practicing in the mirror, all of it. You could read a script. I worked in the car industry. You could read a script. We have to sell over the phone a lot of times. And I would have guys come 3 hours away and buy a car from me. I sold a guy, I was in Oregon and sold a guy a car from Georgia. So, I mean, if you could talk, you could do it. If you can relate to people, if they could trust you pretty quickly, I feel like I'll be just fine. And so that's our plan, to not go back. Once I got laid off as a result of the coronavirus, it's like, this is the best opportunity to go forward, even though I feel like maybe the industry might get saturated, everyone might try it, but I'm not afraid in that way. I'll just keep going and make it happen.
Cool.
So yeah, so I'm Eric. I know we don't really show our pictures on there, so people can't see me. So I could start the video that way. We can all kind of have an idea who we're all talking to, or have a black screen if it's just crazy.
Hello, how y'all doing? I'm Beauty's husband, Brent, and I'm glad I finally got it to the house to where I could catch you guys talking. And I know that the young lady was saying that she had went that broker way, and we kind of did the same thing also. So that's how I got over here to be employed with a broker. And actually, about a month and a half ago, I had actually called Calvin and asked him about me working for a broker and then taking this class. And he had told me that I still could. And so I had my wife Beauty sign up for the class. So as she was learning, she could teach me some things, because those brokerage services, they really don't teach you a lot that Calvin teaches on the video about, dealing with shippers and dealing with other different things. They just kind of throw you out there in the water and see if you can swim. So we watched a lot of the videos. So what I was doing was, if I missed something on the video, I go back and watch it. And then on my other computer, I actually will do and follow what they was doing. And so once I got comfortable with actually switching through the different load boards and the trucker dispatch, then that's when I really hit the script. And all of a sudden, I felt so confident with saying, how much money do you need to move your truck? That's all I would say. And I call them and say, hey, how much money do you need to move your truck? And from then, that's how we got the 5 trucks and 2 carriers now. So now we got to get really busy.
Yeah, gotta get busy. That's what we all gotta do. We all gotta get busy. I mean, just because I can't go out there and do what I need to do paper wise, I'm gonna sit here and learn. I mean, you can still do something, you know, regardless. It's no time to be sitting around. So there are so many videos on there, you know, it's just unbelievable. So there is no way you can't learn how to be the best.
Okay, Beauty, I'm back. This is Michael. I think you was asking me how many videos that I watched, and I have been watching this. I've been following Calvin for a pretty good while, um, at least about 5, 6 months before I even thought about joining up, because I was doing all the research I could before I decided if I was going to sign up with anybody to learn this dispatching thing. And when I got to his platform, it caught my eye. It seemed to be the best out of all the ones that I had been looking, researching. And so I followed him for a while, and then I just decided, well, hey, let's give it a try. I wish I had signed up last year when he was only charging $300 instead of $400, but I'm here now, so it's all good.
And I think, it's funny because I just was sitting here thinking, we talk about, when you talk about, the pricing, like how much you spent or whatever, we were talking about how our minds actually, our mentality is so funny because we veer ourselves the wrong way, a lot. Because it's like, when I had to, do a little research and, see what freight brokering was all about or whatever, it's like, okay, you see it, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this course right here. And then you go and you look at other ones, it'd be like not even half that price. And you go, oh, they ain't teaching
back over
there.
Right.
But
why are you taking all that stuff? You're coming back. You're coming back.
But when I took the course the first time, it was a bunch of money, and it was the wrong direction. And then I go and I look, and I run into the RBBS Logistics Learning Center, and the price was just it was just phenomenal. It was like, wow, why is it that cheap? Something's wrong with that. Our minds think that way. I don't know why, but we just do. Even when, we talk about mechanics, he charging $175. The other guy said $575. Oh, there's something wrong with that picture.
Right.
And we don't choose the $575 guy. We choose the $175, and then what happened? He ain't do the job right. So
right.
kind of like this, I took the high course. I did learn things, I did, but I didn't get my money's worth, basically,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because some of those platforms that I was looking at, they were really out of my price range, because I refuse to spend that kind of money just to learn how to dispatch or broker or whatever, I thought that was just way too much.
Well, I mean, when you don't know, you don't know. I mean, we didn't know.
Yeah, and that's why I kept looking, I kept researching, and like I said, I had been following Calvin for a while, and if I had signed up last year, I would have, I'd probably been another Damien or Deja or somebody now, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'd be rolling. But I waited just a little too long. But
Okay.
like they say, it's never too late. So
Never too late.
yeah,
It's never too late. Have
we gonna make it work.
have anybody got to get on the low boards and get familiar with them?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I didn't know whether
Yes.
my mic was working correct. This is Scholar, by the way.
I see.
I got a question for y'all. I have a question for you, Teresa.
Mm-hmm.
I was under the impression, you know, when we actually start hitting up the low boards, or actually when we get the truckers, I guess the way I took it out of the video, it was that the lows were that they already had the loads. We just had to get the truckers, and they had like a list of loads to go from.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Maybe, I don't know if I'm the only one that took it like that. Or so what I'm really trying to figure out is, when we do actually sign these truckers to the contract, where are we actually supposed to be? Are we supposed to be going to like the other load boards, like, you know, like truckload.com, or are we supposed to go to a specific load board for RBB transport, as transport?
Well, I mean, you've been in your back
That's what I've
office?
been trying to.
You've been in your back office?
Yes, I have.
Okay, and
Yes.
so I'm not sure how far along in the videos you are, but every video that I've seen, he has only been using Trucker's Path and Direct Freight. And when you use them simultaneously,
Right, that's what I seen.
right. So to me,
Okay.
I've kind of got that part down packed. I think I'm comfortable enough with it, and I keep them on. You know, even though I'm not working right now, I'm still, you know, like I said, I'm kind of at a standstill. But every day when I get up, you know, I do what I got to do. Is if I am going, because I used to be an Uber driver, so when all this stuff started, I was done. I took all them signs off my car. I was like, no, you're not getting in here. But I sit right here at this desk. The moment I get up, you know, I do, you know, like you're going to work, you got to go brush your teeth, you know, breakfast, lunch, fix it, coffee, you going. Okay, well, I'm at home. So I do that. I sit at this desk and I'm videoed out. You know, I already know what videos where I stopped there from the day before. And any video that I've seen him do, he's got both of those load boards on the screen that he's sharing with us. So if you know how to maneuver through that, then that's where you're going to find, you know, it's like he showed us, you know, when you pull up Trucker's Path, how you can look at that. You know, when you're looking at the direct freight, you're looking at Trucker's Path, that's where you can, when you're on the phone with that carrier, he showed us how you can kind of reel them in, because it tells you how many loads is in that area, you know? So you got to have both of those load boards up in order to, you know, to whistle and dilly, you know, when you're on the phone with the carrier. So getting familiar with both of those boards now, you won't fumble when it's time for you to start talking to people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got one where you're gonna look on there and you're gonna say, okay, well, Texas got, you know how he showed us, you know, Texas got, you know, 3,000 loads over there, and you know, you got that one. But the other one is where you're actually going to be, when you're talking to him, that direct freight one is going to be the one that's going to show you show you where the money is. Once you put that straight eight, you know, once you figure out what kind of money he's looking to make, then that's the board you're going to be using to go ahead and reel them in and finish the deal. So, I mean, is that, did I answer your question? Now, or?
You did basically answer my question. So what is the, do you know what that at the bottom of your, okay, when you go into the not the back office, but where you're at the main page and it says more, where you pull up the list of stuff that you can go into?
Right,
You know, you got your home, who we are, private consultations, and more.
Yeah.
Okay, and at the bottom it has like a place where you go, and it has like a listing of loads. It's a yellow, pulls up as like a yellow page, and it has like a list of like loads. And I was trying to find out whose loads were they.
I'm trying to follow you.
I didn't know whether we were supposed to be pulling loads from that. Were we supposed to be pulling loads from that page, or are we supposed to be going on these load boards? I figured that was their own load board, is what I figured. So I didn't know whether we were supposed to be getting loads from that board or not.
Well, there's more than 100 load boards on there. I'm just familiar with the two that he demonstrates all the time, which, you know, works for me. I mean, you can use the load boards on there. You just make sure you're getting familiar with them, so you know.
I mean, I get that part. I get we can use any load board. I mean, I mostly deal with I used to deal with that a lot, but I've just seen that they had this other. If you go to the bottom of the, I can't pull it up on my screen right now for some reason, but
yeah, I'm trying to
where the more where you go to your I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I'm trying to see if I can go to my other.
Is that Eric?
That's Skylar.
Skylar.
Yeah, Skylar.
I think I've seen that page what you're talking about, and
yeah, it's like a bunch of it's like a whole bunch of yellow pages, and it's got nothing but loads on it. I'm trying to figure out what we're supposed to be doing with those.
I don't think you can do too much of anything with it. I'm not sure, but I do know that.
Yeah, because it doesn't give you much. Don't give you much information. It says basically you got to contact somebody about it.
Right, because it says on that at that top page, do not try to alter the list or whatever, you know.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, I think I've seen that page.
Yeah, so I just, you know, I looked at it and I said, well, ain't no sense in me messing with it because it say don't alter, and then it didn't look like you could really get any loads off of it anyway, you know. So I just
that's the dedicated
it
load.
Reminded me of it kind of reminded me of like one of those loads that's on the load board that don't give you much information. You got to contact the broker really to get everything.
Right.
And so I was thinking maybe that's the RBB, you know, as transport load board, and you got to contact them to get the rest of the information is what I was just thinking. I said, let me just ask just to see if somebody else knows about it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, y'all definitely helped me out on that. I pretty much knew about going to the other load boards, but I didn't know whether we were supposed to be working from, you know, that was that a load board or not, or actually really what it was. But now I could. So if that's the case, all right. So now that we go through these other load boards, why do we go through RBBS transport? Why do we go through them like when we do everything? Not that I have a problem with it. I'm just trying to figure out why we do that. Because I was thinking that the loads was actually coming through like from their company, which is why we send all of our stuff through them.
Well,
but if they're not.
I didn't quite get your question.
I think Skylar, I've heard him say on a video, I think I remember him saying on a video that you can use whatever load board you want. If you want to go and pay, you know, some of those subscriptions that they have, hey, you know, come be with me. You can, you know, whatever. You don't have to use anything that's in the back office, but hey, I'm spending my money, so I'm going to utilize whatever I can in there.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. No, it's
no, I know. I'm just saying. I
would never pay for a low board when we got all of these. Right, I get what you're saying. I'm just asking the question of how long have you been doing this, Teresa?
Well,
you just starting out in this.
Yeah, I started. Well, I did the freight broker part first, you know, in February, but
yeah, I messed up doing that too.
Yeah, I had a hard time with it, and and I was frustrated with how I was treated too, which, you know, is that's the word, you know, you take a course and the teacher ain't right. And so they just let you loose and you just, you know, on your own. But This my second go round, and I'm doing
I
dispatching now.
understand.
So didn't come in, you know,
Have you-
unfamiliar with the industry. So I got a little bit of knowledge, and I was using the 123
Right.
board. You know, that's what I was
Okay.
using before I signed
Have
on
you
the 123 load board.
have you booked any loads since you've been with the National Dispatchers Network?
No, I'm this is, like I said, this is my second go round, and I'm doing it on the dispatcher side now. The freight broker I couldn't get a catch whatsoever. It was like, you
Yeah, it's
know,
hard.
it was
It's
hard.
hard when you first starting out as a broker.
Yeah, it was hard, you know, dealing with those shippers, and, you know, it's in listening to, you know, how Mr. Calvin, you know, said, hey, if you know, I mean, I have things in place, but I'm not seasoned yet. So, but that's what he say. I don't have no seasoning. And I like Tony Stachere on my food. I just don't have enough. So,
I mean, with that broker thing, just being new as a new broker, new company, you just got a lot of shippers that just not going to deal with you just because you're new. They figure you don't really know the ins and outs of the business yet. They don't want to take any chances. Not that you don't know, but when they look up your company and the company shows you only been open this long, and then being open a year, it's hard to get any kind of financial backing because you haven't been open a year yet. So you know, as far as getting like the I forgot the name of them. As far as getting the financial backing that you need, it's hard to get it because you just don't have no foundation laid yet.
Right.
So you know, I get it. I did the same thing. It's just a different breed of animal is what it is, and you kind of gotta really know what you're doing when you're a rookie at broker. Right. So yeah, I've been down pretty much the same road, and I took a break off from it for about a year, and I had owned some other businesses, and I had to kind of focus on those for a minute. So I took pretty much about 10 months off of this, and so now I'm back just like you, but I'm on the broker side, the dispatcher side instead of the broker side. And so I'm just trying to figure out really, you know, basically, I know where we got to go for the load boards. That's not an issue. But when we actually sign the trucker and we start sending the loads, don't we send like our information through the National Dispatchers Network, right? If the video that I watched, you know, that's what it said. So I was trying to find somebody that really had already started like the process. Is there anybody on here that's already like booking loads and stuff?
Hey, this Damien, I'm trying to figure out your question.
Yeah,
I was listening. I was trying to figure out your question.
Okay, my question is, when we actually have a trucker signed to the contract and you find the load for them, where do you send the information through the National Dispatchers Network, like all your paperwork and everything? Do you send it through them, or do you just send it directly to the trucker and the other broker that you're dealing with, and that's it?
Well, you send it through the people you're dealing with.
You're dealing directly with the trucker. You're not sending anything through RBBS. Once you have a trucker under an agreement, once you go on the load board and you find a load, all you do is contacting the broker, and then you're gonna have the broker send you the rate sheet. You read the rate sheet, make sure everything is okay on there, and then you just everything is okay. Then you email that to the carrier for the carrier to sign it. Once the carrier signed it and send it back to you, then you send it to the broker. You don't have to send nothing to RBBS.
Okay. I guess probably where I got confused. I understand what you're saying now. Probably where I got confused at his old videos, or I guess the old way that they used to do it when you weren't getting your full 10%. Do y'all remember back that far?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was when they were actually getting a piece of your money.
Correct.
So they don't do it that way anymore. So basically, you don't have to send anything to them.
No, you don't send anything to RBBS. RBBS only provide you the access to the load boards and informations. You know, so you can go out and do your own.
Right.
You know, you're working on your business. RBBS.
Right. Now they had also in the video, he also said something about they either hook you up or they help you get like your fax number, or how, dude, I don't know if they did faxing through the internet or whether, but he said something in the video about, you know, once you you know, pay the stuff and you go into your back office and all of that, that there was a place where you go get these things at. And
Yeah,
I haven't found that place.
Yeah, those
the
are
only thing
old
I
videos.
found is that the Straight 8.
Yeah, those are
I'm
old
sorry, I didn't
videos.
hear you.
Those are
Yeah,
old
those are
videos.
old.
Cause what happened?
Oh, so they don't do
You
any of
join the
that anymore.
platform. Back
You're
then,
on
once
your
you
own,
join,
Skylar.
yeah, he went way back.
Yeah, he went way back.
Yeah, back then, once you join
Back in
the
the time,
platform,
like Blackstreet say, you went way back. Y'all don't
Yeah,
know nothing about
It's been a while. I've
Blackstreet,
been
do
watching
y'all?
his videos for almost 2 years now. So
you went.
I'm probably, like I said, a lot of the stuff that I'm asking y'all is probably from like old videos, and I haven't realized of the stuff that changed yet, because I've been watching them for like 2 years, almost 3 years now.
Okay, yeah, those are old videos.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but yeah, those are old videos.
But you could easily fix that problem with the old videos. When you click it on YouTube, it'll tell you how long the video been out, how much months, weeks, days, years. So
Right.
potential when you click on the YouTube, if that's where you're looking at it, right below it, it'll tell you how long it's been documented. So that ought to help you.
Right. Okay.
You'll see the newer one.
All right. Yeah, I try to find a video and just look for a title that I'm, you know, pretty much looking for, and I just click on it. I really don't look at the date or anything like that. But yeah, I need to start doing that though.
Yeah, but I mean, you started out with the stuff in the back office though, right, Skylar? You know, you started out with the videos in the back office.
Yeah, I done watched all those videos. And I guess some of the videos that I was looking for not on there. Like in my back office, it skips. Like it had the first video is like video 6, and it has like video 4 and video. But I had to go to YouTube to find like video. I guess it's video 5 or video 2. It's like 2 or 3 of them that actually wasn't in my back office that I had to actually go to YouTube and find them.
Okay, so your computer is doing yours. I guess everybody depending on your computer. Mine's go in order. I don't know if that's because that's the way mine is. I don't know.
Yeah, mine's doesn't go in order, and my actually see this the video like what we're doing now. It wouldn't pull up. I use Microsoft Edge. Well, I was using Microsoft Edge, and for some reason I couldn't pull this up and do like the live video, or I couldn't do any of this. But if I pulled up my Google Chrome, it pulled everything up like right away. But on my Microsoft Edge, a lot of stuff was not working on this website.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was my computer or if
I think if you go between, well, for me, I go between Firefox and Chrome, because of course the straight A thing, you know, it doesn't do on the Chrome. So
it doesn't work on anything but Firefox, right?
Right, but Firefox. So for me, some stuff I can, you know, do through my Chrome, but for the most part, you know, I had to make that my default, and I had to put it on here because I didn't have Firefox on my computer. I just had the Google Chrome and the Internet Explorer.
Right.
So that's probably maybe an issue for you to, you know, try to just work with, you know, Firefox or Google Chrome to try to get those videos, you know, the way they need to be for you, so you won't be confused.
well,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm trying out Firefox right now.
I see them videos, and I was in your position a few months back where the videos were just jumbled everywhere, you know. But once I got on that YouTube and got the right hookup, I was able to go from the newest videos all the way down to the oldest ones, because every time he posts one, that'll take spot number 1 and the rest of them move down a notch.
Yeah.
So I was on it last night,
Right.
and it was going from 1 to 79, and that went from I think Saturday's uh, 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 recording up until I guess one of the older ones, which was number 79.
Right.
So it's got to be at least
Okay.
about
Yeah,
80 or
that
maybe
makes sense.
90 videos on there.
Yeah, I'm trying Firefox out now, and so far so good.
Okay, yeah. I think that'll work better for you.
Yeah, I'll give it a week and see what. But from what I hear, everybody uses Firefox, so I'm pretty. I should be in the right direction right now.
So okay, so Skylar, you said you haven't been on the two. Has anybody been on the two low boards that Mr. Calvin uses all the time?
I've been dabbling with them,
Yeah, I've
but
been on.
I haven't even got the straight dispatcher yet.
Okay, so I was trying to figure out because I remember one of the videos, you know, once you put the amount that the trucker says that he wants to make in there, and then you can put your color that you want the highlights to be. I understand the one that if it's in a cluster and it's the same broker, you know, and it's a little bit of, you know, it's just a little bit of miles because you're just going to pick up, drop off, come back, pick up, drop off, come back. Those are semi-dedicated lanes. I understood that part. But there is some time when I have been looking on there, if I do that, you have your color that you have for your highlight, but I see this yellow. I want to know what the yellow means. There is one that's yellow. I don't know what that one means. I was trying to see if y'all
I think that's the highest price load. I think that's the load that's paying the most.
Okay.
Because if you're looking for like a $3 load,
yeah,
then I think that yellow load may be like maybe a $4 or $5 load.
Okay.
Don't quote me now.
That yellow's already set.
Say don't quote me.
Nah, you're correct.
I'm backing up and say, you told me.
Nah, you're correct. Yeah, you're correct on that. It's the yellow is the highest paying load on the board.
Okay. All right. I don't think I have any more questions.
Dan, where you been all night?
Listening to you guys. I'm listening while I'm working, man.
Okay. You know, I think I need to start hooking up with you. At first, I wasn't interested in that auto haul, but after maybe about the last week or so, you know, I've been hearing different people talk about the U-ship and the auto haul or the central dispatch and whatnot. And I said, well, that might be a pretty good deal, you know. But then I heard you saying on another one of the videos about you had to have your stuff in order, you know. You needed your web page, your Square account, your EIN number, your LLC, and all of that stuff. You know, you had to have that in order to get on that central dispatch.
Yeah, you do have to have all that before you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. They're just trying to make sure that you're a legit business, and you know.
But that seems to be fairly easy, though, you know, because you say all you do is jump on U-ship and bid on different loads, and then once they accept the load or they accept your bid, then you take the bid or take the load and put it on central dispatch and just wait for a carrier to contact you.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. The only thing you have to make sure of is you know, whenever you win a bid, you just have to get the vehicle information so you could post it on Central Dispatch, because
Right.
you have especially guys with the trucks who they may raise the truck 6 inches, all that stuff you want to put on Central Dispatch, so the driver know, okay, there's a truck here that it's not a standard height, it's 6 inches, so then he know how to load his truck.
Right. Okay.
'Cause you don't want to carry to go pick up a truck and think it's a standard F-150 when it's a F-150 that raised 6 inches in a year.
Yeah,
You
it's
see what
been customized, huh?
Yeah, so all of that stuff you have to make sure that you have all of that information. I mean, I don't only use UShip. I have private clients that call me. They get my number, I guess, from my website, or I just get calls and I just go that way.
Oh, okay.
UShip is a way to go because it's a very large platform.
Mm-hmm. But that website must be pretty decent for you too, though. I mean, if you've got your own clients calling you to pick up vehicles and stuff.
Well, yeah, I set up the website, and I don't do much marketing. I haven't paid for anything yet.
Right.
So I just basically have an Instagram page and a Facebook page, a LinkedIn. So all of that stuff is just on Facebook. So I haven't do anything as far as paying for, marketing as, try to get more clients. So I'm not sure where they got my number from. I don't know, from UShip, if they saw my business name and look it up. I'm not sure, but I just get email from my website saying, hey, they have so-and-so vehicle, can I move their vehicle? And I just take it from there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we got dead space. Calvin said y'all can't have no dead space. Somebody got to say something.
I've been trying to talk.
Well, perfect timing for me because I got a question. I've been running into this situation every time. I just got 3 drivers for 3 carriers, right? And I have not been able to get them a load. I was there all day today trying to find them a load coming out of El Paso. All 3 of them is flatbeds. And this is the problems I'm running into. When I try to contact the brokers, they require a carrier package. And in order to have this carrier package, I have to have the driver send me all this documentation. And these drivers are a little bit up in the age and doesn't have the means of of getting it done. So just stagnated,
Oh wow.
What could I do to get around this, this carrier package thing? How can I make it easier for them to get it filled out and return?
I don't think it's any way for you to get around that, is it, Damien?
No.
Nah, you can't get around that.
Can't get around that.
Right.
No. When I meant get around, I didn't mean to avoid it. I mean, how can I? Any idea how to make it easier for the older guys there to get it done and mail back? Because they loses interest when they got to stop and go find a machine and all this stuff.
Well, you got to have that PDF thing. I think they're talking about the Adobe which is my issue. One of mine is doing what it's supposed to do, but the other document won't go where it's supposed to go. You got to have the Adobe
DocuSign?
Yeah, but the DocuSign is only allowing them to sign their name, and that's how but it's not allowing them to fill out the form, because once you put it in DocuSign, it turns into a PDF, and once it turns into a PDF, they can't manipulate it anymore.
Yeah.
But
okay. Wait, hold on. I got what you're saying. Wait, hold on for a second. I got what you're saying. What he's saying is this. Okay, with your dispatch agreement, they send you over all of their information, and that is the carrier's package. Now, anytime you contact that shipper, you send the carrier package to the shipper. Then the shipper will send you the paperwork for the load, and then you read the confirmation sheet for the load. Then
Okay.
you send that to your carrier.
Okay, yeah, but just today,
carrier.
let me interject real quick. Just today, I was trying to contact the Coyote, whatever the name was, and she made it clear she couldn't send it to me. She had to send it to the email that was on file, which is the which was the driver. And here we go back to the same problem. She could not forward it to me because once she put the DOT number in, she said the information on file is the information she has to forward the carrier package. I told her I was the dispatcher or I was the operational manager. That didn't mean anything to her.
Yeah, so let me help you guys out with that. So a carrier packet, a lot of times, because once you do your dispatch agreement with the carrier, just request all of the information from the carrier as far as his W-9, his certificate of insurance. Okay, so when you do call a broker, a lot of times they're not going to send you the carrier packet. They will send it to the driver. So once they send that to the driver can forward that information to you and have you fill it out. Or the driver could give you permission or give the broker permission as you as a dispatcher for you to fill out his paperwork. Because the thing is, you're not on the driver profile as a, as a dispatcher, as someone who worked for the carrier. So they're not going to send you that information. So you can have the carrier give the broker permission, or once you go on once the carrier sent you that carrier packet, you could put your information in there as the driver dispatcher.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of times they're not going to give you that information.
All right.
So
let me see if I got you correct. What you're saying, once they requested a carrier package be filled out, have them go ahead and send it to the driver and give him the heads up so he can send it back to me, because I already have all his documentation with the permission to fill it out, and then DocuSign it and then have him sign it and send it back in. Is that what you're saying?
Well, the thing is, once the carrier packet is sent to you, it's like a link. So once you fill it out on the link that you get from the broker and submit it, it go directly to the broker. So you don't have to send it back to the carrier.
Yeah, but how is he's going to sign it? That's the issue I'm having, because once I enter it into DocuSign, then it's done.
No, he's not going to sign a carrier packet. He's not going to sign a carrier packet, because once you go on the carrier packet and you put his MC number in, all his information pops up.
Okay. That's what so there's no signature requires there?
Nah, there's no signature requires. The only signature that's going to get signed is a rate sheet. That's the only signature that the carrier most of the time going to sign.
Oh, okay.
But once you go and do the carrier packet online and you submit it, it goes right to the broker.
Okay. So
I mean, broker,
I don't necessarily need them to send it to me. I could just go online and find one and fill it out and have him and have the information pop up.
Well, the broker have to send you the carrier packet, because every brokerage carrier packet is different.
Okay.
So the broker could either send you the carrier packet or send him to fill out.
Okay. Got you.
But some broker will send it to you. Some just won't send it to you.
So yeah, some play hardball.
Because the thing is, sometimes once you go in and put the carrier information in, sometimes you have to log in.
Okay.
So yeah, so there's nothing really for the driver to sign, because that's one of the reasons why you get the carrier information as far as the W-9, because the carrier packet, you're gonna put all that stuff in there. So if you call a different broker that requires a carrier packet for that driver, you have all the driver information already, so you don't need to call them again.
Okay.
So you just go ahead and type all of that stuff and submit it. And then you could put your information inside of the carrier packet as the driver dispatcher. As a point of contact, upon approval from the driver.
Got you. Thank you.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand it much better now. I'm gonna go at it tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, but yeah, you could always
Make
ask
sure you have your Superman cape on when you go at it now.
You know, I got a Batman on. I got Batman. Superman wears his underwear on the outside. I don't like that. I'm Batman.
Moses, it's kind of nice to have a fellow dispatcher working on this platform with you to make things a little more easier, huh?
Yeah.
Or to clarify things a little better, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
How many of y'all are ex-truckers, ex-drivers?
I'm not a driver. I've never driven a truck in my life.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I just didn't know how many how many drivers I had on here with me. That's all.
No, I've never driven a truck. I know a lot of truckers though, but I've never driven one.
We drove a truck.
Rode in them a few times.
I have a Class A CDL license, crane operation, but I've never actually went like state to state. It's just always the little local thing because I was operating a crane.
Yes. Oh, okay. I drove over the road for a little while, so I kind of got that. I kind of got that experience. I went from over the road to broker to dispatcher.
Right, we did that a little bit. We had our own truck and found out that it's real hard to drive a truck and dispatch the truck, make sure the truck get paid for in the whole 9 yards. And I wish I would have known about this a long time ago when we was doing that.
Yeah, I would have been doing like
Yeah, I know,
Calvin
man.
said. I'd have been your dispatcher.
Right.
Mr. Calvin say that's the pitch you do.
So easy. Right. And see, that's why I was so good with the pitch. How much money you move your truck.
Yeah.
Right. You had to do that. As an owner operator, I had my own authority. I had to drive. I had to jump out that truck, run in the truck stop, fax my paperwork to a broker, have the broker fax the paperwork back, then jump back in the truck and hope I made that load, Doc, so I could sit up there and burn off and drop it off the next day. And do the same thing at the same truck stop for 48 states. So, knowing what I know, that's how I could talk to the carriers now, cause I know that they need people like us in order to really make money because time is money.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, you know, Skylar, you should talk to Calvin. I think he may be old enough to know how he was dispatched back in his younger days when they didn't have a computer. You know.
Man, that had to been
horrible. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I remember those days.
And no GPS.
Right.
Gotta read a map.
We had, well, hold on. We had the cell phone, the brick cell phone.
Oh,
they call you off of a list, and then when they call you off the list, you gotta have all your paperwork in that truck with you. So when they call you on that list, then you had to stop at the nearest truck stop that had a fax machine. So you had to run in there, fax everything back. They fax everything back. You sign it, you fax everything back, and you pay $10 at the truck stop, faxing paperwork.
Yeah.
So that's how we done it.
I think you got to go back a little bit further, Skylar.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been in the truck
Cause
since 80s. I've been in the truck since 88. Since when I first started riding with my brother-in-law who taught me. That was in 88, and that was before they had all of this
well,
stuff that they got now, like trying to get the. Oh yeah, I know. Oh yeah.
Right,
Oh yeah, I know.
you know.
But
Right.
by
And
the
see, with
time that
all
I
this
got my own
electronic
truck
stuff
and
and
they had all of the
iPad,
yeah, there wasn't none of that back in the days.
Right, because you didn't talk to a dispatcher till you got to your destination.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Which it's really, the way it is now, man. Everybody should be banking because you would think with all this technology now, it should be easier to get a load, faster to get a load, which means I should make more money, right? Theoretically.
Right.
But it don't seem to work out that way.
Well,
I think
about it, just work that much harder. That's all.
I think
to get your money,
I think
gonna
it's
be
the
easy.
drivers. The drivers they want more money, and then they want to run the way they want to run.
Yeah. I agree with those ones when you get a hold. I agree when you get a hold to those ones you call and they want the big money. They want that $3.75, $4.
Right.
And
they want the big money, but they want everything else to be their way too.
Right. Right. And they'll turn down the thing. They'll turn you down. They will turn you down.
Oh, yeah.
I've had carriers. I tried to call for some carriers, and he said, "Well, I don't want none of that low stuff. I want all of the high stuff." And I'm like, "Okay, well, what's wrong with the low stuff?" It's like you can't get all the high stuff. Sometimes you gonna have to, grab some of this low. I just heard Mr. Calvin talk about that the other day.
Right.
Sometimes you're gonna have to take some of that low freight.
Stuff, but you can get them the high stuff, but sometimes like that high stuff, most likely you ain't gonna be home that night.
Right.
They want a lot of the big paying loads, but they want the big paying loads, and I want to be home at this time, and you can't have it all. I can get you the big money, and I can send you across here. You're gonna be gone for 2 or 3 days. I can get you some decent money, and you can be home with your wife tonight. It's up to you. It's an option. But it's a little bit different from back in the days. But but it's still better.
Hey, check this out. Actually, that speech, how much money you need to move your truck?
Yeah,
it's actually addressed in that. So basically, the thing is, when you have to take that low paying freight, you actually telling him you moving him to an area that's high paying freight so he can get his truck there and still make the money instead of sit there and have to wait to another day, because if waiting another day is going to cost him money. Right. So you may have to take a little short run for a little bit less money to get somewhere that's going to pay that high freight. He's going to be able to dump that load off the next day, and you can explain it to him like that and then win.
Yep.
Right.
It's in the
the key is to keep the wheels rolling, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's the main thing. Keep them rolling. That's the main thing, to keep them rolling. What you say, Teresa?
I say for some reason they're scared of that low freight. They don't want to take it.
Oh yeah, they don't see they sometimes they don't see the big picture like you see it. You looking at the screen, you see your plan. You see that, okay, this short load is gonna take him here, and then I got a load that when he gets there, I got a big enough load. He gonna be happy with that load, but he don't see that from the short load. He just know that he don't want to take that short load. You get what I'm saying? He don't see what's after the short load and what's after that load. He don't see that. He's just seeing what's right there in front of his face, right then at that truck stop. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They just don't see the big picture sometimes, which I understand, but I guess that's our job really to explain it to them, to help them see the big picture.
Right. Because they used to think in one way. They've been driving it on the road for so long and doing it that one way.
Right. And I can understand, you know, me being, you know, used to being out there, I probably was looking at things the same way at the time. There's been plenty of times my dispatcher was sending me somewhere and I was like, why are you sending me here? I don't want to go there. You know, I didn't, at the time, I was like them. I didn't really see the big picture. I didn't see what she was trying to get me. She was trying to get me to another load that was going to pay me more and send me back home where I wanted to go. But I didn't see that at the time.
So see, now you're on the other end of the fence and you get to see it now. It's how it is now.
Right. And you know, to me that's it's interesting to know. It's knowing like what's the behind the scenes, what I didn't know before.
Right. See, that's that mind.
What kind of mindset you say?
I said that's that mentality we got. We used to that same old way of thinking. We in that comfort zone, and when we in that comfort zone, you don't want to come out of that comfort zone. That's your way of thinking. That's it.
True indeed, but you got to change that.
Yep, you do. You got to change it.
I'm learning, I mean, not to get off the subject, but I'm learning more and more this past year in 2020. I'm learning that if you're comfortable, you ain't making no money.
That's right.
Well, not real money. You kind of want to be on edge. You kind of want to be on your tiptoes at all times. That's when the real money is coming in. Once you get comfortable, it's like you settled at a number and you don't expect to get no more than that number. You know what I mean?
Right. Kind of like how people, they say when they want to start up a business, they start up a business and they say, well, you know, I just want to get like, you know, about maybe 5 people or something, or, you know, just a handful of people. And then they want to run their business like that. But then you really you're not continuing your money on. You're just stopping right there.
You're really hurting yourself because you're not really seeing your full potential.
Right.
Your full blossom.
Right.
And
some people,
you're stopping your blossom because you're like,
right.
Okay, I'm cutting off right here.
Yep.
When it could grow to a multi-billion-dollar company, but you said you were satisfied with 5 or 10 people, so that's where you're staying at.
Right. That's where you stay.
You got comfortable, and you know a lot of people look at that as like more money, more employees, more problems, more stress. So they rather just leave it at that low number because all of that is that's not comfortable.
Right.
Getting high like that, when you get to the point where, you know, and me and my wife have been through, you know, I've had companies where I've had, you know, 15, 20 employees at a time. And, you know, it can get a little bit uncomfortable. You got a lot of numbers that you're playing with. And a lot of people that's uncomfortable. So they'd rather stay in a zone where they're comfortable, where the numbers are even and easy to add up and easy to calculate. Well, that's good and all, but if you want to make the real money, you're going to have to get uncomfortable.
Yeah, gonna have to get uncomfortable. Exactly.
Is what I'm learning anyway. But not to get off the subject, I just thought it was on my mind, so I said something.
Well,
was
thanks
Calvin
for sharing.
supposed to be on here today? Oh, anytime. I was saying, did Calvin posted somewhere that he was gonna miss the meeting today, or did I miss that?
No,
yeah, you missed that.
You missed that because I got the chat text that somebody volunteers or something. I forgot what it said, and nobody responded. So here we are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't care. I try to catch as much messages as possible, but you know.
Well, technically, we all responded. We all here talking.
Yeah, we all here talking.
Oh, true. I just didn't know if there was, you know, if I had missed it. I just see he's not on here, so usually he would, you know, post something like that. I guess I missed the post.
Yeah. Yeah, he gave us a big spiel about that tonight before he got started. He came on temporarily, maybe 5 minutes, but that was it. You know.
Oh, okay.
And he said you're on your own, so we've been trying to hold it down.
I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But let me see. Let's not let it get too quiet though.
Well, you didn't say what time we had to shut it down.
I just know usually it's until 8:45 or 8:50, you know, somewhere up in there. I don't know how long. Does this thing have a time limit or something that where it just shuts off, or
Damien will hold it to 11 o'clock if you let him.
Hey, as long as some knowledge is being spitting out on here, I'll stay on here with you till 11 o'clock. I'll stay on here with you as long as some knowledge floating around somewhere. I'm with that.
Right. I feel the same way, you know. I mean, as long as we got one person on here that's knowledgeable about this industry, we should be all right. He should be able to answer most of our questions, you know.
I'm
all we gotta do
assuming
Just got to keep watching those videos. I've watched numerous of them, like over and over. You know, just got to keep watching them, and before you know it, you know, you'll be mocking just what you saw.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually you'll venture out, you know, and make it your own.
Don't get stuck on them videos, Teresa.
No, I'm good with the videos. I want to make sure I'm learning what I need to learn, and you know, when I get out there, I can remember all the tricks of the trade, and just, you know, you just kind of, it's kind of like when you grew up, you know, our moms, dads, they brought us up, and so as we got older, you learn how to tweak your own stuff. Well, you know, I was taught this way, but you want to do that way, and you want, you know what I'm saying? It's like you take away what you want to keep instilled in you, so to speak. So it's the same thing with a business. I ran a business before, long time ago. I had a maid service, and then it just blew up because I got sick, and you know, folks don't want to do what they supposed to do when you're not around, and and so, you know, I lost that, but that's okay. You know, everything has been okay from that point forward. So I have a feel of running a business, you know, so the knowledge is there to run a business. So you just gotta, you know, when you watch the videos, you know, it's helping you to gain more knowledge. So it's helping me to gain more knowledge than I had learned when I took the freight broker class. So, okay, I'm good.
Oh, definitely.
Yes, I agree with Teresa. You know, the more videos you watch, you know, you familiarize yourself, you know, and it will help you, you know, to go further in your business, you know, as you watch those videos. And like I say, you know, keep that script in mind, learn it, you know, make it your own, you know, don't sound like a robot when you calling up these people, you know, with that script, you know, practice in the mirror if you have to, or practice with your husband or wife, you know, whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I believe in them videos. I watch some videos all night long.
I know. Watch them all
I think I was up till about 6 o'clock this morning watching videos.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things to know. I mean, it's stuff you probably thought you knew, and then you say, really? Okay, I was doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a lot of information in them, very informative.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm just kind of ready to kind of get this ball rolling. And it's unfortunate, you know, you coming in at a crazy time. I'm like, man, these shippers is crazy. And you know, I sat here and I say, oh my God, I got bamboozled into doing freight broker instead of doing dispatching.
Yeah, I think I would have been in a better place if I hadn't got booted out of my office. I had to move back into my bedroom, and it's not very comfortable in here to me, you know, working out your bedroom.
Yeah, that's true.
So soon as this soon as this other office opens up, then I'll move in there, and maybe I'll feel a little more comfortable and really be able to get down and do what I want to do. You know. Well, yeah, Moses.
Right here.
Dead space, brother. Dead space.
Yeah, I'm just here looking at the computer while I'm because I'm only like about 2 weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks in this, and
Yeah,
I
I
don't have no
remember
problem.
seeing
I
you
don't
when you first signed up.
yeah, I have no problem communicating with the carriers. It's just that I've always been a old school hands-on type guy. This computer, this laptop, and this paste and copy and this and that, all
Right,
brand new to me, really. You know what I'm
right,
saying? My
right.
daughter moved to
I
Georgia,
hear you.
so now that was the person I could always go to. And she like, Dad, do this, do that. But now, so I'm spending more time trying to figure out. That's why I had the problem earlier today about the sign in and get the sign in back. That might not be an issue for someone else, but for me it is because I don't do no typing. I don't get no corporal tunnel syndromes and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Did you
I used to be a fabricator and a
have
crane
you ever
operator.
have you
So this, I see the machine, I
have you
measure it, I
tried?
cut it. This part of it is brand new to me. But
Right.
getting the carriers and getting the carrier to sign on, that's no problem. But then when I have to use the technical parts and the computer part is where I slow down at.
Yeah.
Right. That's what kind of slows me down too, Moses.
Uh,
You know.
have you tried the mobile Adobe PDF?
No, see that's another thing for my brain to start frying on. I just got someone to help me with the DocuSign. Matter of fact, he's the realtor that helped me buy my house. So I called him up and so he helps me with the DocuSign. And I heard Calvin did mention about the other one. I can't pronounce the other name, but the other one, and I'm not ready to tackle that because I'm just trying to get comfortable with this DocuSign stuff.
Yeah, the
Has anybody
DocuSign,
tried to
that
use the
DocuSign is
Adobe
the one that you pay
PDF?
for.
Yeah, but like I said, because of my realtor, I uses his. He allows me to uses his, but I'm having problem with getting the guys. I got good information tonight because I was having problem getting the guys them to send it back at a decent time or at a decent pace, so I
Yeah.
can actually get to work.
I think I gotta cut it off of that phone.
No, you can link it. I don't know.
I tried and it didn't work, so I just.
So let me ask you this for the people who's been in there for quite a little while, is it more difficult for flatbeds than it is for the dry vans? Because I've seen a lot of
Leave flatbeds
flatbeds
alone.
loads, you know. But when I mentioned that earlier, I thought I heard someone snickle like, "Oh."
Yeah, you don't really. I mean, I guess it's really goes on preference, I guess. But starting
Not.
out when you just learning the business, I think it probably be best to stick to like dry van. Probably be best. And then once you get used to things, and see with the flatbeds, it's a lot more to it than just booking a load. It's a lot more into it, a lot more detailed information you got to pay attention to.
Yeah, like the
To
tarping
where
and
the dry van, right? There's a lot of extra things that go along with that. Where the dry van is just simple. And
But
so you kind of want to master
I guess
first,
the reason
and
why
then
I
kind of
felt
move
comfortable.
on.
I'm sorry. I guess the reason why I felt comfortable with a
Go
dry
ahead.
bed because, like I said, the line of work that I just used to do as a crane operator, we have to strap down all of the equipments on pretty much on the hot shots and on the tractor trailers, and we offload and unload, and then I climb up inside the mobile crane and go to work. But so I felt a little comfortable because I've been around a lot of flatbeds. But it seemed like
Right.
it's easier for this profession to be booking the vans.
It
But
is.
I thought
It
there
really
was
is.
a season for it.
Not necessarily. I mean, a flatbed is just a flatbed. The only thing you need is that, you have to see if the broker requires a tarp to be on it, and you just let the carrier know if they need tarps or chains. So it's not really
Or
difficult.
rebars, like they need rebars if it hangs over.
Yeah, I mean, all of that stuff. You have all that dimensions from the broker. But everything is really simple.
Yeah, once you play around with it for a little while, it becomes easier. But I would say simple for a person who had no previous experiences.
Okay. Most of the time, I mean, if the load is wider than the truck, they'll tell you they'll tell you it's a wide load. And a lot of times you don't really come across that unless you're into that
real heavy load like the Tennessee,
like the heavy haul stuff.
Yeah.
Heavy haul and the wide load, unless you're into that stuff. But a lot of times you don't really come across that stuff on the load board
at all. Some guys ain't looking for that. Most guys don't want to go over a 45,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like what I'm doing now. I just sometimes I kind of beat myself up because I'm not moving as fast when it comes to the computer part of it. But it's every day it's getting easier and easier. Every day I'm figuring stuff out. I'm still writing stuff in my notebook rather than copying and pasting, but it's coming in there.
I mean, I still every carrier I get, I write their name, number, and MC number down in the book.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Then have their information in my computer under a profile where I put their insurance or MC certificate, W-9, and so forth.
See, and that's exactly what I'm struggling at. Like when they send me stuff, it's still sitting in my email. I need to know how to transfer it and put it into a file. I mean, it probably sound easy to a fifth grader who's listening, but for me, it's not because I don't know how to create a file.
Somebody in the group will help you, man.
Yeah. If you break down on the side of the road, I can fix your car and get you going, but I can't create a file. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. If the drywall in your basements fall apart, I come back and make it look like you never had an issue, but I can't create a file. So I just gotta get my daughter back here. That's what I gotta do. You need to come on back home. So
yeah, I can help you out, man. Someday I'll show you how to create a file.
Yeah, that's my thing, man. I didn't grow up with that computer and that cell phone era, so
yeah,
that's my weak spot. That's the only issue I need help with. I just put that straight dispatcher on, and Khalil Hodge, man, spent like about 3 hours with me trying to get it going. Cause I don't mean to put myself out there, but for those out there who is struggling with that issue, if you don't open your mouth and say I'm struggling, nobody gonna be able to help you because you don't know.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, man, especially for us men, I could speak for us men. Sometimes our pride get in the way, and it holds us back. So I just need you to say, yo, I'm struggling in that area. I need help, man. Who can help me? And because I got courier lined up, I'm slow for the computer.
All right, I see everybody's finally got over their little insecurities about talking on camera and stuff.
I ain't on camera. I'm on the mouth. You gonna see my ugly
camera,
face.
just whatever you want to call it. I did want to weigh in real quick because I'm getting ready to I've got to get ready to take my insulin and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and try and wrap this up. But the main purpose of what we wanted to do tonight is get you all to open up to each other. So a lot of times you all get in conversations and you all are texting on the chat group. But I needed you all to get used to talking to each other, get used to opening up to each other. But as I mentioned before, we are getting ready to, we're about a month away from launching our new service. And a lot of you all are gonna be, pros, and it's gonna require you to do this on a regular basis, this type of thing right here. You have to know how to conduct yourself doing a webinar, and you're gonna have to know how to take control and how to control the conversation within a webinar. As you all have been able to notice, that it's airspace is not what you want to have. So, but you all did really well in keeping the conversation. I was able to listen in, here and there. I didn't listen to all of it. Had other things that I was doing. One of the things that I wanted to touch on real quick, if you're having problems or difficulties with the technical side of this industry, here's what I can suggest. There are training videos on YouTube on how to use DocuSign. There are training videos on YouTube on how to use your computer. There's training videos on YouTube on how to do just about anything you want to do with a computer. I would suggest you all look those up, and if you're having that type of problems, there are training videos on how to use your email. You can just go to Google, and that's what Google is for. Google and YouTube has pretty much everything you want to know if you want to learn some technical stuff on how to become more proficient and more computer savvy. Okay, just look it up. If you all just start going through Google and all these other places and YouTube and Bing and just start searching for, how to get more comfortable with my computer, how to, whatever it is you're trying to do, just type in how to and type that in, and it will pull it up, and you'll be able to research it, and you can pull up the videos, and they're complete training videos on that stuff. Because I want to be honest with you, I am so busy that I just cannot take out an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours to try to tutor someone on how to use a computer. Now, when it comes to how to work this platform and how to find freight and how to, become a better salesperson and doing all that stuff, yeah, that's what I do. I am computer savvy because here again, I was self-taught. I taught myself how to use computers and things, but I also know where to go and find stuff, and that's a skill set within itself that you all have to learn to master. Because even though you're part of a network, you got a lot of people here to help you, but you got to remember, each and every last one of you, you're all business owners. Each of you have a business to run. So one of the things that you all have got to be able to do is find a way to manage your time, okay, effectively. And you also got to learn how to research things. And you all have the greatest research tool known to man, the internet. Okay, so it's not hard to find stuff. If we just Google right now how to, just started Googling how to, and we say how to, and you can put in anything you want to put in there. Okay, how to
copy and paste.
Yeah, copy and paste. I mean, and it will tell you copy and paste.
Thanks, fellas.
I mean, literally, as y'all can see, there's a video right there, how to copy and paste. See? So, I don't know if y'all are seeing my screen, but, are y'all still screen? Are y'all seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, we still here.
Okay. Yeah, there it is right there. If you look at it, there it is right there, how to copy and paste. Whatever you put in there, and they how to do it. And chances are there's a video that shows you how to do it. So you can just sit there and watch videos all day long on how to do certain things with your computer. How to use DocuSign. You know? There it is right there. How to use DocuSign. And look at that. Bam.
And it breaks it right down.
Yeah. There's a video. There's a whole bunch of videos right here. How to use DocuSign. Okay? So no matter what you're looking for, you can how to it on Google and it'll pull up. I mean, if you want to see just all videos, if you don't want to read a lot, just click the video. Do that. Number of videos on how to use DocuSign. It'll take your choice. You know, watch 2 or 3 of them if you want to. You know, you know how to master my email. You know, just you know how to master my email. So you know, I mean, that's literally, you know, that's literally everything you want to know. You can find it right here. So you know, don't feel like you're lost because you're not. Because technology, look, we are living in arguably the greatest time in history during the information age. At no time in history has information been so accessible than it is right now. And information is power. It really is. Information is power. The information that we share in this network is power. The information that you all share with each other on the chat is power. The information you all share with your brokers and what the brokers share with you and your carrier share with you and what the shipper share with, that's all power. You know, and there's nothing more powerful, you know, than information, because information is a form of education. And once you become educated on something, you can learn to master it. Once you learn to master it on something, then you learn to control it. So, and that's what it's all about. Being able to control your own fate and control your own financial circumstances and control where you want to go in life and what you want to do and how you want to live your life. And, you know, and that's really what it boils down to. You know, having the freedom to, you know, like you said, I heard someone say, you know, when they were living in a certain place and they noticed that a lot of the people up there were either doing dispatching or brokering, and it seemed like they had a lot of time. You know, they all had money and things like that. And that's true. This industry, this business, this industry that you're in right now can afford you the kind of lifestyle you always wanted to have. It really can. Trust me, I know. I mean, thinking for someone who came from homeless to where I am now, you know, I thank God for giving me the insight to research this industry, because it has afforded me and my family and hundreds of other people that I've come across and been able to help, and they've been able to help me, and it affords a lot of people the freedom to be who they thought they could be and live the life that they always wanted to live and not have to worry so much about financial stuff. There used to be time, boy, when I used to worry about how I was gonna pay the rent. And I used to worry about, you know, and I used to even worry about where I was gonna get my next meal or where I was gonna lay my head at night. And I can remember, you know, times before I was homeless and, you know, called myself was fairly successful, but I was always struggling or it was always, you know, working just to pay the bills, just to pay the bills. Now I don't worry about the bills. You know, I mean, the bills is the last thing on my mind. And I'll be honest with you, I worry more about, you know, finishing up this new website that we're doing, Damon and I and Khalid. I worry more about finding new stuff for the network. I worry more about trying to make this platform better and more accessible to everyday people, and just being able to help you all to understand it in a more clear and break it down as much as I can. That's the kind of stuff I worry about. You know, but stuff I used to worry about, I thank God I don't worry about that no more, because this industry has afforded me the ability to get past that, and that's where you want to be. That's where you want to be in life. And I have no doubt that each and every last one of you all, if you all apply yourself, if you do the things that I know you all are capable of doing, the platform provides you with all the tools and resources to make it happen. And I listen to you all. I watch you all in the chat groups. I have meetings with you all weekend and every weekend, and I see your dedication. I see you all want it. You all just have to learn how to put it all together and make it work in conjunction with everything you have. But you all have everything you need to be successful in this industry. You just pull it all together and learn to be better salespeople. And that really is the key. I tell people all the time, when I first started this, the first couple of chat groups I had, they used to keep me awake at night. I was out there because it was crazy. It was crazy. We had people on there that was there for the wrong reasons, and it was just all types of stuff. It was a huge drama. But as we went along, you start to weed out those people who were really, really there because they really, really, really want it, and those people who were just there because they're looking for someone to give them something, and that's the difference. A lot of times, it's hard to know the difference between a handout and a helping hand. Okay, and you all don't want a handout. You all just need a helping hand. That's all you needed. And that's what the platform is. The platform is basically just a helping hand. It's not a handout. And that's the difference. And in the early part of this, when it started back in 2017, those early platforms and the early chat groups and stuff that we had a lot of people looking for a handout. In what we have now, we have just about everybody here is basically just needed a helping hand. Some of y'all didn't need much of a helping hand. Damon can tell you that. He needed a helping hand, but once he got that helping hand, it was like he couldn't feed him enough. He was just on his way gone. So, and we've had other people like that too. So, I appreciate you. I really do. I see what you all are doing. I can't look at this platform and not be proud. Okay, and I know they say pride is one of the 7 deadly sins, but I just cannot look at this platform. I can't go to the chat group and not be proud of the way you all conduct business and the way you all conduct yourselves and you help each other out. You're there to, you all respond to each other. You all go out of your way to make this work for all of you, and that's what it's really all about. But I just want to let y'all know that tomorrow night we will be having our how-to training, and we're going to go in depth on some things. We're going to review some things. We're going to talk about how you all can make things easier for your carriers, including filling out those carrier packets and things of that nature. Because and I just give y'all just a little hint. One of the things you all could do is you can actually create a carrier onboarding website. Okay? To where when you bring your carriers in, have them to go to your website and have them, and you basically have like a sample carrier packet to have them to fill it out. And then each carrier that fills it out, right, you're gonna store it in your website under all the documents and stuff. And I'll be showing you all how you all can make that happen. You just have them to fill out the little carrier packet, you make up a carrier packet, you have them fill it out, and then when they get done with it, you store it in documents under the carrier's name. So when it's time for a broker, when you send up over the broker say, well, I need a carrier packet, you already got it filled out. You already got most of the stuff that the broker needs. So basically all you have to do is, if they say, well, I can only talk to your carrier, that's no problem. I'm going to give them a call. But guess what? You're going to give them a call first and let the broker know, and let the carrier know, well, I already have all your information. So when you get that carrier packet, just send the link over to me. And if you want, I can fill it out for you. Okay? Plain and simple. Okay, because then you already have it, right? And you can just add that to your things that you send out when you send out your dispatch agreement, your profile form, send them a link to your website and a direct link to the page for them to create and fill out their own carrier package. And that way you have it on file. That way all you gotta do is do it once. From here on out, whenever there's a broker that needs it done, and even if they send it directly to you, just forward it over to me. I'll take care of it. And those things make you more valuable as a dispatch firm. Makes you more valuable to your owner operators as an owner op businessman. But we're going to be discussing those things on tomorrow, and then again, of course, Wednesday we will have our Q&A. So everybody, please write down your questions. If you have questions and stuff like that, write them down, because I love having Q&A. I think Q&As are more productive than actual training sometimes, because we get to hear exactly what it is you need, and we get to answer those right away. So write down your questions. Be ready. Ask as many questions you want during Q&A, because that's what it's all about. All right. That's all I have to say. I'm gonna say good night, and we're gonna go ahead and shut this down. It's 10 o'clock. Gotta get my insulin going, and then I'm gonna do my nightly exercise and turn in for the night. But again, I appreciate each and every last one of you all. I think you all did a great job today.
That's what's up.
Tonight, and
appreciate it as well.
In communicating with each other, and that's what it's all about. Thank y'all again, and I'll see you all tomorrow night.
All right.
All right. Good night, Mr. Butler. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.